Now let us move on to the last set that we have in this particular paper. Let us go for the next set. An online e-commerce firm receives daily integer product ratings from 1 through 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the ratings that the buyers can give. The daily average is the average of ratings given on that day, on a particular day. The cumulative average is the average of all the ratings given on or before that day. So there are two terms here. One is the daily average and the other is the cumulative average. So daily average will be for a particular day. So day 2, for example, whatever ratings received on day 2, sum of all those ratings divided by number of ratings. That will give you the daily average for day 2. But if we talk about cumulative average till day 2, that will be all the ratings received on day 2 and day 1 divided by sum of all those ratings divided by number of ratings received on day 1 and day 2. So that will be called as the cumulative rating. So daily average and cumulative average. The rating system began on day 1 and the cumulative averages were 3 and 3.1 at the end of day 1 and day 2. Cumulative averages. So cumulative averages on day 1, can I say is nothing but daily average on day 1, because for day 1 there is no previous day. So whatever is a cumulative average for day 1 is same as daily average for day 1, whereas the cumulative average for day 2 will be different from daily average for day 2, because cumulative average for day 2 will be inclusive of all the ratings received on day 1 also and sum of the ratings by number of ratings for day 1 also. So this is given to be 3. So daily average for day 1 is 3 and cumulative average for day 2 is 3.1. I write that 3 and 3.1 respectively. The distribution of ratings on day 2 is given in the figure below. So if you look at this graph, so in this graph we can see that the number of people rating 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 is given to us. So number of people who are rating 5, so number of buyers rating 5, number of buyers as we see is 10. Rating of 4, number of buyers as we see is 20 buyers. Rating of 3, number of buyers is only 5. 2 is 10 and rating of 1 is given by 5 buyers. So here please note, so what will be the overall sum of ratings given on day 2? So that will be nothing but there are 10 buyers giving rating of 5. So that means the total rating, sum of all the ratings where buyers gave 5 points is 50, 5 into 10. What about 4 ratings? The total sum 4 into 20, 80. This is 3 into 5, 15, 2 into 10, 20 and 1 into 5, 5. So their sum, if you will see, will be 170. 25, 40, 120 and 170. And how many ratings are there? What is the number of buyers? 30, 40, 50 buyers. So 170 rating, total sum of rating, and there are 30, 40, 50 buyers. So thus can I say daily average on day 2 will be total sum of ratings divided by 50, which is 3.4. 3.4. Now let us try to calculate what will be the number of people on day 1. Day 1, what were the number of buyers who rated? Let us say that was some n. If that is n, so can I say total rating on day 1 will be 3 into n plus rating on day 2, total sum is 170 divided by total number of buyers on day 1 and day 2 will be how much? N on day 1, n on day 2 it is 50, and this is equal to how much? The cumulative rating for day 2 is 3.1. So when you solve this, cross multiply and solve it, (3.1n plus 155). So we will get the value of 0.1 n as 15. So n, the number of buyers on day 1 will be 150. So we get the number of buyers on day 1 as 150. So if I just try to write down the details, so day 1 number of buyers, we get it as 150, day 2 it is only 50, and what is sum? So sum was, what will be sum then? 150 into 3, 450, and this is 170 here, right? Okay, and day 3, I think we have details about day 3 also. Yes. The following information is known about the ratings on day 3. 100 buyers gave product ratings on day 3. So this is 100 number of buyers. The modes of the product ratings were 4 and 5. Now mode basically means the data point with highest frequency. So it's 4 and 5. So maximum people out of those 100 gave rating of 4 as well as 5. 4 and 5 are equal. The numbers of buyers giving each product rating are non-zero multiples of 10. So for example, consider this, on day 3 there are totally 100 buyers. Some of these would have given rating of 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Each of these numbers is a multiple of 10, he says, non-zero multiple of 10. So that means it will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 types of values here, non-zero multiples of 10. Also, the modes of the product ratings were 4 and 5, that means these two should be the highest and equal. So something like probably 40, 40, right? 30, 30, because I want multiples of 10. The same number of buyers gave product ratings of 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 it's same. So if this is A, this is also going to be A. And please note, A is multiple of 10. And that number is half of the number of buyers who gave rating of 3, and this is half of this. So this will be 2A. Now please note, A and 2A, that means overall we already have 4A people here, 4A buyers here, and we know the value of A has to be a multiple of 10, non-zero multiple of 10. That means the value of A is minimum 10. So even if you take A as 10, you will get 40 buyers here in these 3 groups. Overall we have 100. So out of this the bottom 3 are 40. So these two together will be 60. So that means each of them can be 30 each. And I think we cannot go any value below this, because if you try to take higher value for A, suppose if you take A as 20, suppose. So this is 20, 20 and this is 40. You will get 80 here. These 3 together will become 80. And this is 80. These two together will be 10 only, 20 only. Then they can never be the mode, because mode should be the highest frequency. So the only possible value for A is 10. So this will be 10 buyers who gave 1 rating, 10 buyers who gave 2 rating, 20 buyers who gave rating of 3. So that means what is the sum of ratings here for third day? It will be 5 into 30, 150, 4 into 30, 120, 3 into 20, 60, 2 into 10, 20, 1 into 10, 10, 90, 210, 360 is the sum. So this is what we have the details on day 1, day 2 and day 3. Now based on these details, if we want to calculate the cumulative average, we can actually calculate it, alright. So cumulative average on day 1 will be same as daily average on day 1, which is 3, 450 by 150. On day 2, cumulative average as on day 2, we are given with this, it was 3.1 if I am not wrong. You can also calculate it here. 450 plus 170 is 620, 620 divided by 200 will give you 3.1. And what about day 3, add them all, 620 and 360, 680, 980 divided by, add them all, 300. So this cumulative average here will be 9.8 by 3, which will be how much? This will be 49 times, this will be 15 times. 49 by 15 will be 3.3 approx, 3.33 approx. Of course, I do not know if he is asking us for that, we will look at the question and decide, but this is what we could actually calculate based on whatever information we have so far. Now, let us start with the questions. 19th one, how many buyers gave ratings on day 1? So, we have that value here 150 directly from our working. What is the daily average rating of day 3 only? So, day 3 if you look at it, day 3 daily average 360 by 100, right? Sum of the ratings by number of people giving the rating 3.6. Second option. What is the median of all the ratings given on day 3? Now, look at all the ratings given on day 3, these are the ratings. So, if you look at 100 buyers, the median will be 50.5, right? So, between 50th reading and 51st reading. So, somewhere here you will have the median. Now, if you just count it, the first 10 readings will be 111, right? 111 for the first 10 readings. Next 10 readings will be 222. So far we have got 20 readings. The next 20 readings will be 333. So, we got till 40 readings and the next 30 readings will be 4. So, that means after this 40th reading, 41st reading onwards till 70th, the next 30 will all be 4. So, all of these will be 4. So, thus the median over here will be the average of 50 and 51st reading. 50th reading is also 4, 51st reading is also 4, as you can see average will be 4 only. So, thus we can say the median will be 4. That should be the answer for this. Which of the following is true about the cumulative average ratings of day 2 and day 3? So, we calculated that cumulative average of day 2 and day 3, this was given, this we calculated. I hope we got it right. Just a minute before we continue. It's 9.8 by 3, right? So, this will be what, 3.2. So, sorry, I think we got this wrong. 1 second. We got this wrong. Let me change this. This is not 3.33. We are getting a different value here. Let me redo this. 4 by 15. 3.26. Yeah. I think 3.26 we should get. Let us check here. 3.2 times 6. It's not 3.33. Let us correct it. 3.26 it is. Which of the following is true about the cumulative average ratings of day 2 and day 3? First one, the cumulative average of day 3 increased by a percentage between 5 to 8 from day 2. Did it increase? Yes, it did. How much did it increase by? Let us multiply both the values by 100 for the sake of convenience. So, this will become 3.1 into 100, 310, and this becomes 326. So, 310 to 326, what is the increase? 16, and 16 on 310 will be what percentage? We can, I think, roughly estimate the value. Think about it. What is 1% of this? 3.1. What is 5% of this? It will be 3.1 into 5, 15.5. So, can I say this value here is clearly slightly higher than 5%? It would be something like 5.3, 5.4 I am guessing, but slightly higher than 5. It won't be 6 even. So, the growth from from day 2 to day 3 we say is around 5%, slightly more than that. That is what we get to know. The cumulative average of day 3 increased by percentage between 5 to 8, that is absolutely correct. So, first option itself will be the correct answer. However, if you look at the others, the cumulative average of day 3 decreased from day 2, no, it increased. The cumulative average of day 3 increased by less than 5%, as we saw it was more than 5%, slightly more. So, this is also wrong. The cumulative average of day 3 increased by more than 8%, no, I said it is slightly more than 5, definitely not more than 8. So, thus option choice 1 is going to be the correct answer out here. So, this was the last question that we had in this set. I hope we have followed it. So, with this we have come to the end of the session, right. Thank you and all the very best.